Hello viewers, thanks for watching. After long waiting, today we're gonna create a full website, and in this website we're gonna use our all the knowledge that we gained from our lesson 1 to 14. So this video is very important for us because at first we're gonna create our video with the knowledge whatever we learned, and after that we're gonna create the same website using other methods. So stay with me and let's do the coding practice. Actually, our website will be exactly like this website. There will be navigation bar. So all the menus will be here. Then there will be some of the sections. At the bottom, there will be footer. There are some form as well. I already built and designed this website, but we're going to do it together from the beginning to the end. So let's do it. This is the VS Code text editor. We need a HTML file. Also, we need a CSS file. Click on there, new file. You can put any name, but in this folder, I already have index.html and styles.css. So just avoid this web.html. This is the HTML file. You can put the same name with the CSS extension web.css. So this is our HTML file. We need a boilerplate, HTML boilerplate. How to do that? We need to type exclamatory sign, then enter. This is the HTML skeleton or boilerplate, whatever you want to say. And we need to link this CSS file with this HTML file. Under this title, type link, enter. Relationship is style sheet, and href should be the address of the style sheet. The dot / what's the name of the style sheet is web.css. We're gonna type our code in between this or opening and closing body tag. Or also you can change the title if you want, full website, and in between this opening and closing body tags type div, and we can put a class name of container. After div, put a dot and container. Enter. This div is the container for all our coding. In this div, we're going to put another div for the navigation. Div dot class name nav. Enter. Our navigation menu should be in between this opening and closing div. Inside this div, I'm gonna put the menus as the list. So how to do the list items? At first, another list UL, enter, and inside there I need some menus. That will be home, about, course, contact, your choice, like those. So how many I need? We can check our previous the website. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. Li times 5, enter. The first one should be home, second one about, third one course, fourth one is contact, fifth one is your choice. Save it, click on this go live button. These are the menus in the div. So at first we're going to do our HTML part. When we finish all our HTML coding, then we're gonna use the CSS to style the website. So I think we're going to do our CSS part in the next videos. What we have in the menu, there is a search bar as well. Type another list, li, enter, and inside this opening and closing list, create a form. We are not using any server, that's why leave this action empty. Inside this opening and closing form, type input, enter. The type should be source, id as well, source, and placeholder should be source. I need a button to submit the source. Type button, enter, and type submit. And in between this opening and closing button, type source. Save it, check it on the website. In this div, we have 5 menus and also the source. In this form, we can put an ID, enter, type f source. List done, another list done, div is all done. This div is for the container. So our navigation bar done. We're going to go for the next section. It will be the about. Slowly, the file will be big. So to get the idea or to understand where we are, just make some comments. Type about, make a comment, type div, and I'm gonna put an ID as well. Slash ID name should be about. Enter. This is the about section. Heading to, and there will be a class name of about age. Enter. About me. Heading done. Then I need a paragraph. Type P and class name should be about P. Enter. In between this opening and closing P tag, I need the description about me. We can use the lorem ipsum dummy text. Also, I'm gonna use the same thing whatever I wrote previously. Just copy it and put it in between this opening and closing P tag. This is our about me section. After this div, we need to create a table. After this div, let's make another comment. How to do that? Control / and just type course. Type a div, enter. In between this opening and closing div, we need a heading to enter my course. After that, let's create a table. I'm going to put an ID in this div, ID course. After this heading to, we need to create a table. Type table, enter. In this table, we need to put our data in the row. Type table row, tr, enter. In between this opening and closing tr, we're going to put our data. But let's say in the website there is a table header. How many header? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 header. Table header times 6. Enter. Put your cursor there. Select it. Press Alt. Then select all of them. To write course. Space. First one should be course. Then second one is course 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The first row is done. Save it. Let's see it in our website. Header is done. Now we need to put our data. So we need another table row. Enter. We had 6 table header. So should be 6 table data as well. TD times 6. Enter. For the first one is specification. Specification. Second one, HTML and CSS. Then JavaScript, React.js, Node.js, then man. Save it. Don't worry about the design. We're gonna design it on the CSS. We need another tr. Enter td times 6. Enter. We need price of the course. Price. Then you need to put the price. So if you want, you can put dollar. If you want, you can put pound as well. I'm based in London. I'm gonna put pound. Pound sign is on top of 3. So I'm gonna put 49.99. The next one is 59.99, 54.99, 59.99, 69.99. There we put 2 together. That's another one put here, 59.99. Save it. Check it in the website. This one is done. And after that, what we need duration of the course. Put another tier, enter, table data times 6, enter. The first one is 30 hours. Copy it and select, paste it. The first one is 30 hours. Second one is 40. Third one is 22 hours. Fourth one is 25. Then 50. Oh, first one should be duration. Save it. This is the table for the my course section. After this table, we need a form. After this div, make another comment, contact div. Enter, heading to, enter, contact me. Then I need a form. Form, enter, action will be empty. In between this opening and closing, form text, label, enter, input, enter. The input type text and ID name. So ID and for should be the same thing. So for as a name. Then I need a placeholder. Placeholder should be type in name. In between this opening and closing label, type name. Some line breaks. BR times 2. Enter. So another label. Enter for email. Email. Input. Enter. Type should be email. ID as well email. Then we need a placeholder. Type your email. After that, so we need a text box. Come back line times 2. Enter. Heading 4. There your message. Then we need text box. Type text area and on the ID field and message. And how many column and how many row we need in the text box. We need to mention it. So rows, 10 rows, and column to type cols, cols. How many? 40. You need to type anything in between this opening and closing text area and just leave it empty. Line break. Then we need a button to submit this form. Type button, enter, type. There should be a type. Type should be submit. Put an ID as well. ID as well, submit. Type, submit. Save it, check it on the website, and submit. Don't worry about the design. We're going to fix it later in CSS. This section is done. After that, we need another section. That section is to choose the course. So after this div, make another comment, the form extended. We need another div, put an ID, ID, select. We need a heading 2. Enter, auto type, your choice. Then under this heading 2, we're gonna create our form. Enter. So forget about this action, type div, enter, and put a class for this div, choice. So in this div, type label HTML and CSS. So HTML and CSS. Checkbox need to be in between the label tags. Input type is checkbox. Type checkbox. ID for and ID should be same. S and C. Then name will be checkbox. C box. Input type checkbox. ID S and C. Name C box, and after this type your choice HTML, and CSS. Check it in the website. Your choice, the first checkbox HTML and CSS. You're not typing everything, just copy it and paste it. Second one is JavaScript, JS. Input type checkbox ID and for should be same. So this one is JS and name is CBox. And here should be JavaScript. Third one, React.js or JS. Then input type checkbox, ID or JS. Name CBox. So name is same for all of them. CBox here should be React.js. So other one should be Node.js and JS. Input type checkbox, ID and JS. You can write anything. I'm just making it easier for me to understand. And name should be CBox. After this, we want to type Node.js. Node.js. Then we need one more. That will be Marn. Input type checkbox ID Marn. Name CBox. Here should be Marn. Save it. The checkbox is here. So now we need another div. Div. Enter. Here we need heading 4, enter, and what to type? Select your code. In this div, we need a heading 4, H4, enter, favorite course. This one should be radio. So label, enter, HTML and CSS. Just put H. In between this opening and closing label, we need to put our input. Input, enter, type should be radio. Then we need ID. ID H, name should be favorite course. After that, HTML and CSS. Like previous one, we're gonna copy and paste for the other courses. Copy it and paste it. First one was HTML and CSS. Second one is JavaScript. Just type J, input type radio, ID J, name the same one, F course, then JavaScript. JavaScript done. Now React. R input type radio, ID R, name F course, then React.js. The next one should be Node.js for N. Type radio, ID should be N. Name same for all of them. Here Node.js. Then we need another one should be Marn for M. ID should be same. M name is the same. F course here should be Marn. Save it, go to our website, check it. Yeah, it's fine. We need one more div. After this div, type div, enter. Now we need to get another div to choose our time. Select target time. Heading 4, enter. Target your time to spend. time to spend. Label, enter for time. And in between this opening and closing label, just type select target time. Save it. And after this label, type select, enter. So name should be time, ID as well, time. And in between this opening and closing, select text. I'm gonna put 4 options. Option times 4. So value for the first option, 30 hours. So in between this opening closing options as well, put 30 hours. Second one, 20 hours. Here as well. Then select here also, just press Alt and put your cursor in between this opening and closing options. Now type 50 hours. The next one is how long? 60 hours. Save it. This div is done. Okay, everything done. Now we need footer. We done our coding in between the opening and closing body tags. So after this body, just type footer. In between this opening and closing footer, type div. Enter. In this div, type heading 4. Enter. Follow us on. Then we need some link. Just type A. Enter. First one is YouTube. You need to put the address for the href. I already have this footer in the notepad. Copy it and paste it. So href is the address of your social media. So it is my YouTube channel address. And after that, when I click on the YouTube, I want to see it on a new page, not in the same page. That's why we need a target. So just type target equal, and in between the double quotation, we need to type underscore blank. And in between this opening and closing a text, I want to put the image of the YouTube. Type img, enter. Source should be the address of your image dot slash. So our image in the image folder. Click that one, and after this forward slash, need to put the YouTube image. Alternative text should be YouTube. Save it, check it on the website. YouTube image. Click on that and check it what happens. So when you click, it takes you to the YouTube address. So whatever the address you put there, they will take you to the address. And I wanted to see it in a new page. That's why I mentioned it with the target blank, and it opens a new page. So let's put the rest of the social media, Facebook, X in another A. And href should be address of your Facebook. So in my notepad, Facebook address, Control C and paste it in the address for the Facebook. I want to see it in a new page. That's why I need a target. Target underscore. How to do the underscore? Press Shift and let dash. Just type blank. In between this opening and closing a tag, I need an image. Type img. Enter. What is the address of this Facebook dot forward slash image? We need Facebook and alt Facebook. Facebook icon is there, and we need X. Type A, enter, href, copy it and paste it here. In between this opening and closing a tag, need the image. Type img, enter. Source should be dot forward slash image folder, and we need x.png. Just type X. Save it. X is there. Then we need another one, href for the LinkedIn address, also the blank page. In between a opening and closing a text, type image img, enter, type dot forward slash for the image. Then what is that? LinkedIn. After that, we need copyright. Heading H5, enter, copyright. I want to put this symbol, and then put copy and comma. Then just write down whatever you want. Knowledge platform. This is a copyright. This is our full website. Now we need to do our CSS part. We need to design our website, and at the end, it should look like same as this website is. That's all for now. Stay with me for the CSS part.
Thanks for watching. In this video, we're gonna complete our CSS part of our project. So let's start working. We already know how to open the folder in VS Code, but I want to show you again. Click on these 3 lines in VS Code and click on the file, then click on the open folder. So my folder in my desktop. Click on the desktop. There is a folder says web design. Click on there and my folder name is new project. Click on that and select the folder. So now we are on the new project folder. This is the Explorer in VS Code and our HTML file name is web.html and our CSS file name is web.css. So click on the web.html file. So this is the HTML file. We already done our HTML code. Also, we linked our CSS file in the HTML file. If you look under the title, the link relationship style sheet and href is web.css. This is the CSS file already linked together. So let's go to the CSS file. Click on web.css and you can just hide it, the Explorer. Click on this and it will just hide. In the CSS file, let's do the universal selector. How to do the universal selector? Just type star curly braces. If you want to do something for full website, then you can put the code inside the universal select. So I want to put the box sizing as a border box. Before that, font family, and put Arial, Helvetica, sans serif. This one will apply for the full website. Then box sizing, border box, margin should be top and bottom 0, also left and right 0. This code will apply for the full website. Go to the HTML file and click on to this go live. This is our HTML part of our project. So we need to work on this project. We need to design this. I want to make it exactly like this website. Our list items are here. All of this will stay on the menu bar. So go to the CSS file. Let's go to the menu section. The class name is .nav for this div. If you want to go to that section, we need to put .nav curly braces, enter. For that div, I want to put the text in the center. Text align center and background color yellow. Save it. It looks like this. After that, go to the list items. These lists are inside the another list. Type ul and we need to go to the list items. Li curly braces, enter. Type list style, we can mention none. Save it. The dots gone. I want to make the font little bit bigger. Font size 1.5 and letter spacing, and to make it 2 pixel. I want to put them in the single line. Type display. I want to make them inline block. Save it. They are on the same line, each of them next to each other. Background color for this list items, I want to make it yellow green. Save it. For this list items, background color is yellow green. Border radius 10 pixel. Save it. So I already told you in our previous lesson that these are the default border radius. Just ignore them. Border radius I put 10 pixel. Make it like 5 pixel. So forget about the full design. When we do rest of the design, then it will look better. Let's put 10 pixel margin for. So now it looks a bit better. Menu bar done for now. The next section is about me. Make a comment about. Let's go to our HTML part. ID is about, hash about curly brace. Font size 1.5, line height as well 1.5. Heading is about me and the class name is about h. Class name dot about h. Curly braces, enter. For the heading, text align on center. So paragraph got a class name as well, about p. Dot about p, curly braces, margin for all sides 10 pixel. Save it. Now let's go to the next div, next section. That one is my course. Make another comment. Control / div ID is course, hash course, curly braces, enter, margin bottom is 10 pixel. So after this h2, put id name is h course. Let's go to the CSS part. So id start with the hash h course, curly braces, enter, text align, center, padding bottom 10 pixel. There is little bit gap. Let's work with the table. At first we need to work with the table header, th, curly braces, background color green yellow, padding 10 pixel. Save it. There is 10 pixel gap for each of them. Border radius 5 pixel, 5 pixel round on the corners. We can work with the table before the table header. Type table, curly brace, enter. Let's make a border around this table. Border 2 pixel solid blue. Margin just make it auto. When you put the margin auto, it will adjust with the div. Border radius 10 pixel. Made it 10 pixel round. We need to work with the table data. td curly braces, enter. Let's put some padding for each of these data. Padding 10 pixel. Then background color, put some background color green. Let's change the color of the text. Type color white. Border radius 5 pixel. This section is done. So after that, contact me. So in the CSS as well, make a comment, contact. Let's put an ID for this div. ID contact. Go to the CSS file. So ID start with the hash contact, curly braces, background color aquamarine. Let's put some padding top 10 pixel, padding bottom as well. Let's work with the heading for this div. h2, put a class name, class contact h, curly braces, enter. Put the text align and center the heading in the middle of the div. Put some padding at the bottom, padding bottom 10 pixel. You see this label, name and email on the left side, and the box the right of these things, but here is aligned with the left side. So let's work with this message box. If we look at the text area, there is an ID said message. ID start with the hash curly braces message. Put some margin on the left side, margin left 50 pixel, and border 1 pixel solid yellow green. Save it. So 50 pixel on the right, and border radius 10 pixel. There is 10 pixel round on the corners, and there is a submit button. Let's work with that. Where is the submit button? Type submit and ID as well, submit. So we need to work with this ID submit, curly braces, enter. Margin top 10 pixel, margin left 50 pixel. Put some padding 5 pixel top and bottom, and 20 pixel for left and right. Background color yellow green. There is kind of color on the border. I want to hide it. Just type border transparent. That color is gone. And border radius 5 pixel. So little bit round. All of this inside a form. Put an ID to work with the form ID. Just type FID to understand. Form started before this message. So ID with the hash FID, curly braces, and text align center. The form is in the middle of the div. Let's work with this name and email. ID for the name is name, and ID for the email is email. I want to put them together in the group. Start with the hash name, comma, group them together with the comma, hash email, curly braces, enter. Padding 5 pixel, border radius 5 pixel. After the padding, set border transparent. Save it. That color is gone, and 5 pixel round on the corners. This part is done. Let's work with the next one. Comment it. Form extended. For the div, there is an ID. Select. What is the select? Curly braces, enter. Text align center. Everything the center of the div. Background color antique white. Padding top 10 pixel. Padding bottom as well 10 pixel. Save it. For this section, background color is antique white, and padding I put 10 pixel the top and bottom. And after that, choice. For the div, class name is choice. So let's work with that. Dot choice, margin top 10 pixel, margin bottom 10 pixel. Save it. 10 pixel top and bottom margin applied to this first div, but I want the same things for the second and third div as well. There are 3 divs in the So let's go to the HTML part. This is the second div and that is the third div. So click here. After the div, press Alt, press the space. Type class. Class name is choice. We already did work in the CSS file with the choice class name. Save it. Now for the second one and third one, there are 10 pixel gap on the top and bottom as well. You see the all names are sticking together. So I want a little bit gap in between each of these. For that, I need to work with the label dot choice. Then we need to work with the label. Curly braces, enter, margin right 10 pixel. Save it. There is 10 pixel gap on the right side for each of them. Also, if you look at there, you can see the box and the name, they are sticking together. So I want a little bit gap in between them as well. For that, we need to work with the input dot choice input curly braces, enter, margin right 10 pixel. Save it. There is 10 pixel gap in between the label and the input. It looks better now. I want to put a little bit padding for the h4 heading. So type h4 curly braces, enter, padding 10 pixel. Save it. Now we need to work with the submit button. For this submit button, ID is submit to. ID start with the hash submit to curly braces, enter. I want the same design for this submit button as well. Submit button is here. Just copy all of the code, paste it in the submit to. Save it. Same code for both of these button. Just the ID name is different. So now we need to work with the footer. Go to the HTML. Footer is here. Let's put an ID, or you can put class name as well. Class foot. Save it. Go to the CSS file dot foot curly braces, enter. So background color I want to put aqua. Save it. Now I want all of this text aligned to the center. Text align center. I want to put some padding as well. Padding top 10 pixel and padding bottom as well 10 pixel. Save it. I want to put little bit padding for these images. So type img curly braces, enter. So padding 10 pixel. Okay, 10 pixel padding for all sides for this image. Let's make a little bit gap on the right side of each image. Margin right 10 pixel. Save it. There is 10 pixel margin on the right side of each picture. You see there is little dash under each of these image. These are because of the link. If you want to remove them, you need to work with the a tag. A curly braces, enter, text decoration none. Save it. Now those dash are disappeared. You see all contents are not showing in the same page. So you need to pull the bar down. So I want to make a link in between the section and this menu items. So for that, let's go to the HTML part. We need to make a link inside the list items. Click on the first one. After the list, then press Alt and select all of them. Type A, click link. For the home, you don't need to put anything. Just put hash. For the about section, ID is about. Hash about. The course, ID is course. So hash course. For the contact, hash contact. And your choice. For the last one, ID is select. Hash city. And you need to put them in between this opening and closing a tag. Just copy them and paste them. Save it. If you click on home, nothing will happen because home always on the top of the page. You click on the about section will be on top of the page. Back, click course. Course section is on top of the page. Click contact. See the contact form is on the top of the page. Go back. If you click on the your choice, this form is not on top of the page because there is not enough data at the bottom. That's why it is showing. But the thing is like your section will appear on the page. So you don't need to pull the bar. If you want to check this ID, you can check it. For the about section, ID is about. For the next one, ID is course. So this ID fine. That's all for today, and thanks for watching. Stay with me for the next of the videos.